Hey everybody, it's Mark Ruggiero here, Clark Commando 1983 on this wonderful Sunday. What's the date today? Fuck, I forgot. I know, right? See, I always forget my dates, don't I?
September 24th.
September 24th, 2023. Today's a good cancer day, feeling pretty good. So my friend Mike Kelly came over today, and he's still here. We're going to share a little kibitzing with you. We played Columbia Games Pacific Victory. Great. This is second edition. It's been on our playlist for, I don't know, a long time, a couple of years at least. And we finally got a chance to play it. We were able to play through 5 turns. So we were getting ready to start 1943. And who was winning, who knows. But the Allies were getting ready to start doing some counterattacks. Chemo brain interfered a little bit, but it was a really good day. And I want to thank Mike for coming up. He had to drive about an hour to be here, which I appreciate because I can't really drive. And so we had a really good time. And all I want to do is a short 5-10 minute video on talk a little bit, Mike, about what we thought about the game. And I don't know, do you want to introduce yourself at all, or you don't have to? But
Sure. Yeah, as Mark said, this is Mike Kelly. I've designed a couple of games for historical board gaming, if you're not familiar with them. But other than that, just lover of war games, just like Mark, and one of his longtime students that he's taught me along the way and brought me up. So, like he said, we played Pacific Victory today, and glad we had a chance to do it. I learned a lot. And now I've got another game in my collection that I know how to play, which is always nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know, and Mike's a student, but yeah, we've known each other for quite a while. I met at Pacificon. I've tried to always expand Mike's horizon, which he's done a great job of doing. And he did design some good games. You did what, Midway?
Did Midway in America.
In America, okay. And who's that for again?
Historicalboardgaming.com.
Okay, so historicalboardgaming.com. And then on this game, I did some how to play, learn to play videos you might want to watch. I'm just taking the pictures of the map here. So like I said, let's just talk a little bit what we liked about the game, or what, it's our first playing, so play was far from ideal, so I'm not too worried about that. Mike played the Japanese, which are the orange blocks. I played the Allies, which are the yellow Chinese blocks, the brown British and Commonwealth, and then the blue the U.S. blocks. And we were, I gotta say what I liked about the game, and then I'll Mike talk a little bit. I liked about the game, it was definitely playable, right? Good Columbia game, if you're familiar with all. A lot of I was out in the woods for a long time about block games. I really come to like them, the fog of war and whatnot. This game in particular, I think, I don't know how Mike feels. I'm going to ask him here in a second, but I think I definitely wouldn't mind a replay, just to, because now it's like, oh, now I have an idea how to do it, right? So, but I think it portrays the ebb and flow fairly well. We can definitely see how the Japanese, who produce at 14, unless they capture some production, which they do, and their allies are producing at 45 a turn, so it's a big disparity, as it should be. But what I liked about the game is the combat. There's enough suspense in it with the unknown, I thought. There's enough strategy, I guess, to keep it interesting. It's not overly simple. So those are probably the 2 best things I liked about it. What did you like, or what did you think?
Yeah, well, first off, you've got that classic Columbia Games fog of war with the hidden blocks, which absolutely works great for, Pacific theater. Like Mark said, there's enough interest in each of the individual units. It's not just armies, navies, air force. They're tailored to the specifics of each of the nations that own them. You've got Marines, you've got naval air and army air, so there's a lot of variation in the units.
Garrisons for the Japanese, right? Which can't attack, but you use them to hold your islands and your, so you can keep doing stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And the way you see it here, we did end in 42, so you know the Japanese got to do a lot of their attacks, and the Allies were just about done building up, ready to counter. I was probably too conservative with the Japanese. They probably could have gone further than they did to make their historical boundaries, but I wasn't quite sure how far I could push the land units before I got myself in trouble. I'd say China worked out about the way I expected it to, where I got some early victories and then got completely crushed when I tried to get to the interior. So I like the way the system worked there. I think that was pretty on point. But it's great. You've got weather in this game that comes into play. You can see some of the typhoon symbols there on the map, but there's also winter weather up north, and then there's also monsoon seasons for the jungles that affect what you can and can't do each turn.
Right.
So each turn has its own special flavor. Again, I think it's kind of a classic Columbia Games feel, but works really well in this one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, and I would say there's this obviously I just point out to people, this is my polyurethane custom map that I got with I bought it with the Kickstarter. But the map that comes with it, I showed in my how to play videos, so you can watch those if you want. Video 1, I went over the components. But yeah, I agree. Like you said, garrisons, and then even the ships are rated for different times when they get to shoot, which is kind of fun, you know. So your better stuff shoots earlier in the combat round. But overall, you know, I would say, you know, I know me, I'm known for my monsters and my uber complex games, but I rate this like really playable, and you know, I'm not going to do a 1 to 10. I just want to do this impromptu video, and so any mistakes are mine. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and you know, comment, like, subscribe. Mike, you want to add anything about it? I mean, like you said, you caught the weather. Oh, I know one thing really quick, and I know I just asked you a question, and I didn't give you a chance to answer yet, but this orange line here represents MacArthur's on this side, and Nimitz is on the other side. So you have the, you know, 2 different HQs for the Americans, and you're either going to do the island hopping campaign or the, you know, drive through the islands up through the Philippines. So, and you can use both HQs, but that's like the dividing line for those two for the command, basically, structure.
Yeah, and then for the Japanese, you've got the classic division between the Japanese Army Command and the Japanese Navy Command, and trying to get them to work together is great, but you gotta pay double points to replenish those commands if you use both. So you definitely get the tug of war, which is a good feel in this game too. Really models history well.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark, for the game.
Yeah, no, thank you, Mike, for coming over and playing, and we'll do it again, and we'll at least see each other at GMT weekend. So, and you guys, I'll be doing videos when I'm down there doing that. We'll see how many and what gets done, because I'll be pretty wrapped up playing Compass Third World War. So, all right, till next time, this is Mark Ruggiero signing off. See y'all next time.